Good afternoon, everyone. This is just my first video, so it's going to be a little bit lousy. It's a maths lecture that I need you to learn online, Qualification without what. And basically, it's algebra we're talking about here. Algebra. Yeah. Like I said, it's my first video, so my name is Wale. So if you have any question, if you have any comment, you can put it under this video. Okay. Now, talking about algebra, we have a quadratic equation is what I'll be dwelling on. The general form of quadratic equations, however, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is the leading coefficient, okay, while b is also a coefficient, and we have c as a constant. Basically, a is the leading coefficient in the sense that it's the whole number attached to x squared, and we do have b as the whole number attached to x as well, which is also a coefficient. But talking about quadratic equation, this is the general form of quadratic equation. For instance, let's put x squared plus 5x plus 6 has been equal to 0. Here, you've been asked to solve this equation. So what are you going to do? How are you going to solve this equation? So there are different ways you can solve quadratic equation. You have solving by factorization method. You have solving by graphical method. And you have solving by formula method. Right. We're going to be dwelling on factorization method here. There is an obstacle where the board is not big enough, but you just bear with me. Right. Using factorization method, we can factorize by grouping. Okay. I have a peculiar way. I usually, sorry, I have to take this off. We're still solving quadratic equation, and here we have x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay? Right. So basically what we want to think about here, this is the leading term. We have the product, the sum term, then we have the product term. We call this product term, we call this a sum term, and this is actually the leading. Okay? Now, so we think of the two numbers such that when you multiply together will give you 6. Okay? Invariably that will be factors of 6. So, this is 6 in question. So we have 2 and 3. You know, if you multiply 2 and 3, you're going to get 6. We have 1 and 6, right? You have minus 2 and minus 3, and you have minus 1 and minus 6. All these will give you 6. Okay? So because they would all give you 6, these two numbers are factors of 6, because 2 times 3 will give you 6, 1 times 6 will give you 6, minus 2 times minus 3 will give you 6, and minus 1 times minus 6 will also give you 6. However, you think of these two numbers such that when you add them together will give you plus 5. So 2 and 3, when you add it, would you have 5? No. That won't give you 5. Oh, sorry. 2 and 3, when you add it, will give you 5. Yeah. 1 and 6, when you add it, would it give you 5? No. The, minus 2 and minus 3, when it's added, would that give 5? No. Minus 1 and minus 6, when it's added, would that give 5? No. So, this is our center point. This is what we focus our attention on. Right, so we are considering 2 and 3. So now, let me use a red pen. So we can rewrite the equation such that x squared plus, remember this is what we're using, 2 plus 3 all into x plus 6 is equal to 0. Then we have x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. Remember what I said the other time, that we are, solving by factorization? And factorization means introduction of brackets. Yep. So now what is common to both is x. So we have x plus 2. 3 is common. You have 3. You have x plus 2 in the bracket. Then you can see that x plus 2 is common. So that could actually go outside the bracket. Then what do you have left? You have x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, my friend, we're going to change the board size someday. But bear with me. Right. So, invariably, we have x plus 2 into x plus 3 equal 0. And you remember, in mathematics, if you have two numbers being equal to 0, this implies either A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0. So we can say that either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 3 is equal to 0, which implies that for x plus 2 to be equal to 0, x must be equal to minus 2, and for x plus 3 to be equal to 0, x must be equal to minus 3. Hence, the two values of x are minus 2 and minus 3. Thank you very much. Well, we could actually cite some other examples. The same way this could be treated. Imagine we have x squared plus 10x, right, plus 7 is equal to 0, and you have been asked to solve this. Again, you think of a factor of this is a problem you have when you're manufacturing question yourself. Okay? Think of the factor of 10 such that when you add will give you 7, and straight away I can think of 2 and 5, because I know that 2 times 5 will give me 10 and 2 plus 5 will give me 7. So again, I have x squared plus 2 plus 5 into x plus 10 is equal to 0. Then I have x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 10 is equal to 0. Then I factorize it. I would expect you to finish this. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Bye. Bye.